All right.
Oh,
Hello. Let's see.
I'm going to open up the app.
My Corona. That's my number one fucking joke that I keep doing. All right. I'm sure everyone's very amused by it.
I was the first time.
Yeah, it's a great opening line.
All right, one person's watching.
Hello, Billy.
Everyone knows you're
Hi,
high, Billy.
Let's see. Hello, Steven.
Steven.
Are you guys quarantined up in where you're at? Sam.
Sup, Sam?
We were just talking about how we're sending good vibes for the immunocompromised. Are you staying inside? I'm sure you are, but just wanted to make sure. This might be the last time Emily and I see each other for a few weeks.
Yeah, we're going to go underground.
That'd be weird, not seeing each other for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it would be weird. We
Huh?
just recorded an extra show
Yeah.
in case we're not able to record next week, which is a distinct possibility because everyone's going to be wanting to stay inside.
Yeah. We had a very special guest on that episode. Should I ruin it? Should I spoil it?
Don't spoil it.
I won't, but
I'll give you a hint.
okay, what?
His name starts with an S and ends in Lambdy.
Fucking so subtle, dude. Steven says, but in Chicago, so we're next. Yeah, it seems like major, New York will go, Chicago will go. We're all kind of in moving in waves. Sam says, I made my last outing to the store today and to try and find toilet paper. Yeah, everyone's fucking.
I went to the store today and there were no cans. There was nothing canned.
Yeah.
In the entire, it was a Target. It was one of the 3 Targets that.
Was it Atlantic Avenue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And there were no cans. So I will be eating peanut butter and pickles on.
Honestly, it's your dream
sandwich.
life.
It's so good. Guys, if you like peanut butter and you like pickles, put them on a sandwich together and just trust it. Don't think about it too much.
Just let your body take you.
Just let your taste buds experience something truly incredible.
I'm sure Vince would like that.
Vince would love it.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
I went on a date last night, my final evening out. I had a show, so I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I'll go meet this guy at a bar. And we just sat across from each other in a booth. It was very nice. It was quiet. He works for a marijuana company.
What kind of marijuana?
One that delivers it. And he was like, hey, I know that you don't, because I was telling him I don't keep weed at home just because I don't trust myself with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know you don't keep weed at home, but if you want me to bring you some.
Hello.
I know. I'm like, you're the best.
Okay.
But
I
was like, if you were on a date with Emily, she would be shoving it in her backpack. But I was still like,
yeah,
nah.
I would be like, yeah, absolutely.
I don't need a paranoia-inducing drug alone in my apartment.
It's the best.
By day 5, I would be making nests out of my own hair and giving myself enemas or something like that.
I had a problem with a delivery service. It's ongoing because they brought a cartridge for a weed pen and it wasn't working. And Andy and I split it and we tried to screw it into the pen and it wasn't working. At first we thought the pen was broken. So we were going to buy a new pen and then we tried it on a different pen and other ones worked and this one did not work. So we text the service and we're like, hey, you sold us a faulty cartridge.
Yeah.
Can you come back and replace it? And they just respond, yes. And we're like, okay, what time can you come? What?
Yeah.
And they basically ghosted us. didn't come, didn't say when they were coming.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm not getting corona for you.
Well, and also, like, what do they care? Like, they already sold it to us. We're probably last on their list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But finally, after reading enough personal accounts of these cartridges that have been busted, we learned that, like, sometimes the base of it is screwed on too tightly.
Research Slammed.
Research Slammed is a godsend. Unscrewed it a little bit, and now it works. So,
oh my God.
When I'm in my quarantine, I will be high as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think with my history of hypochondria, I don't think it's a great idea that I...
Just picking my nose on camera.
That's great. She doesn't care.
Slamdy, do you want to come say hi?
Yay.
She's just going to pop his head in.
Yeah.
They're people.
They're people.
The camera's there.
Yay.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
That's all. Right. If you guys have any questions for Slamdy, let me know.
I know. Slamdy was in our Patreon getting ready video.
Deleted that video.
You deleted it?
Well, it was only available through January.
Oh,
that was the deal.
You gotta fucking get on that.
You
shit,
gotta cash in on those deals when they're offered.
So, my children's school is shooting cannons to celebrate Texas Independency Day. The suburb over is extending spring break. Shooting cannons. What is this? The fucking Civil War?
I don't know. Texas, man.
Fucking Texas.
They're lawless down there.
Eric
also,
says,
what's Texas Independence Day?
I don't fucking know.
What is that? I need to know.
The ladies are throwing some amazing shade today. Thank you. We made the executive decision together that we would wear sunglasses.
I'm just always going to do it.
Yeah, because then we don't have to wear makeup. Having to look good all the time is so fucking annoying. Life hack. Sunglasses. Sam Turner says, oh my God, I love that little bub. Precious Slamdy. There you go.
Sam loves you.
Team Slamdy.
He says he loves you too, Sam.
Speaking of Team Dustin texted me today. He just said, what did he say? I love you. No, I'm kidding.
Come back to me.
It was implied. Oh, the picture of the threesome girls is above that text. How fun. He says, hey, stay safe out there. And I said, I will, you too. So I was wondering if I should message him.
I know you asked me and I said no.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not because I'm angry. I don't want to like start a conversation really, but it was nice and very Dustin of him to check in, you know?
Yeah.
It made me smile that he messaged me. And I want him to be safe. He also has a shitty immune system. So I'm like, fucking, and he works at.
Does he?
Yes. He got the flu, at the end of our first round of relationship. He got the flu and I was taking care of him and he got so sick that eventually I was like, I have to take you to the hospital because I'm worried that you're like dehydrated. Like he wasn't like making sense. Like I'd like ask him questions and he'd be like, hey, bleh, bleh. And I'd be like, nope, nope.
What kind of questions? Like, who was the first president of the United States? Like what? Like trivia questions?
No, just like I was trying to cook for him.
What month is it?
No, like, hey, do you want? He was just kind of like he was not completely answering things.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you want water? He'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, okay, that's fucking terrifying. Because if you get dehydrated or you have a high fever, high fevers can give you brain damage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nope. So I took him to the hospital. He's like, I don't remember riding the train. Like we rode the train to go to a hospital on the Upper East Side because rich people hospitals are nicer. And life hack, go where the rich are. And he had the flu. He's like, I don't remember being on the train going to the hospital. Like he was talking to me.
That's
like
rough.
He appeared lucid, but afterwards he was like, I don't want to freak you out, but I don't remember any of it.
That's
I'm
really unsettling.
Yeah.
I've never been that sick.
Like, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't ever been like delirious from a fever, I don't think. Not like that.
Yeah, and well, yeah, so I was like glad I brought you, because if you were that fucked up at that point, then like, you know, that was the right call. But they gave him a bunch of fluids and they tested him and he did have the flu. And it took him like a week or so to get over it fully. And I got it from him and I was sick.
You got the flu from him?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm like sleeping.
Always get a flu shot, people.
Yeah. I'm like sleeping in the bed with him and like taking care of him.
Yeah.
Like
the thing
is no
like,
way I wasn't going to get it.
Yeah. If you're taking care of someone, you got to assume that you're going to get sick.
I did. But
then that person has to take care of you. So.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, okay, so he had to go to the hospital and he was sick for like a week or so. I got it and I was sick for like 3 days and then I was fine. Do you know what I mean? Because I have a good immune system.
You got that good immune system. You got that good.
I got that good. Dustin he just gets sick often and easily. So
maybe because he like eats KFC.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like for all his meals.
Yeah, well, that was like a major argument. Not argument, but like in our relationship, I'm like a foodie. I was raised to eat fairly healthy. Yeah, and it wasn't.
And also just like eating well, like you eat real food.
Yeah. It's not that I don't eat trash. I for sure do.
Yeah, but I think there is an element of like you can't possibly be getting
the nutrients you need.
Yeah, like he has vitamin deficiencies.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, you're gross. You like eat like less bougie food than me. It's like, no, you have to eat vegetables somewhere. Like this is not a drill. So I think that's part of it. But I think that he's talked about this. I think that he has kind of disordered eating. I think there's like weird comfort and patterns around it. I don't think that he said that he's
probably uncomfortable and or like when scared, but I don't mean like who's scared. I mean like kind of scared of like foods that he's not used to.
Yeah, totally. Because he I think also his palate is not. He didn't develop a palate for like more complex foods because he wasn't raised with access to them. So now they don't taste very good to him.
Well, when you think about it, if you're a picky eater, pretty much every restaurant is going to have something that's like problematic.
Yeah.
Like my brother is a very picky eater and it's kind of similar. Like ever since he was little, he's been like, it's not your average picky eater. It's like there can be no green stuff on anything.
Yeah.
And that's the language that he'll use. Like sesame noodles, no green stuff.
Yeah.
Like no garnish, no parsley, no lettuce, like nothing green.
That's an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. But like there's green stuff on everything. Like you don't go to a restaurant and there's no seasoning or no garnish on anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like this thing that you have to worry about. You just don't have to worry about that if you're getting like bagels or like fast food pizza.
Yeah. Very in control.
Yeah.
I think he also like, he has said that like he felt guilty when he was a kid, like because his mom didn't have a lot of money and was, you know, raising him. Like she had a partner, but like, you know, basically on her own in a lot of ways. He would feel guilty for having to like, for her having to pay to feed him. So I think that like it's very emotional. It's about emotions too, and palate, and like a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
You know, him and I would cook together and he would try things. He was always like trying to work on it, but it's also difficult. It's like a big problem. Yeah. And you know, he had other problems that were more pressing to deal with, and that's fine. But I do worry about him. You know, he got sick when he was here in New York and we took him to City MD. And they were like, you might have to get a CAT scan. And I was fucking losing my goddamn mind. I cried. I like burst out into tears multiple times.
Why? Was it just like being in that medical environment?
Yeah.
That, like,
and them like being like, you should go to a hospital, and him, I mean, this is their fucking US healthcare system where it's like he couldn't just go to
hospital. He didn't have insurance.
He has insurance, but it's all the copays are too expensive.
Yeah.
Like
that's true. Even if you have insurance, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to go to the hospital if it's gonna be fine. So now it's like, fuck. I was so fucking worried. He could fucking smell it on me. We're like walking around the grocery store trying to get food, and I'm just like, it's fine. And then we got back to. It was actually really I don't know how this got so because he texted me. I'm like, why are we talking about Dustin? We were in my kitchen, and I just like burst out into tears, and he was like hugging me and like kissing my forehead, and he was like, let it out. And he's like, I knew this was coming. It was very sweet. And he was just, I'm like, why am I crying when you're the one in pain?
Right.
Like, I feel like such an asshole right now. I'm just like so overwhelmed by this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a sweet moment.
Stay healthy out there.
Stay out, sending good vibes. My sweet ex-boyfriend. Anyways, Jake Hall says, okay. Oh, KTG week this year, and Jake says, as long as I'm not banned from traveling to the country, yeah. Sam says,
I didn't even think about that for April 15th.
Yeah.
What was your hot mess moment of the week?
I don't know. Let me think. I mean, is a viral pandemic considered a hot mess moment?
No, not unless you're like making out with people.
Oh, wait,
did you make out with someone? I didn't ask you how your date went. Did you make out?
No, he like kissed me on the
mouth.
He pecked me on the mouth. Yeah.
Oh, Andrea.
I know he came. I couldn't. I was trying to get on my bike. He was like, bye. So sorry.
Elbow kisses only.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Sorry, bro. I mean, I guess my hot best moment of the week was the guy that I hooked up with last week. Was like, we were supposed to hang out tomorrow, and he was like, hey, I'm staying in because I have a scratchy throat from work. Like, I'm so sorry.
And Andrea goes, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty young man, what a mighty young man.
Oh my God, you don't want to give me a fucking virus? You're so cool.
So thoughtful.
So yeah, that definitely scared me. I'm not psyched that.
Yeah.
But also, what am I gonna do?
Well, yeah. Social distancing. You should be doing it anyway. But like,
yeah.
Let's think worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, like if he actually is sick, if he has a scratchy throat and like he has cold symptoms, that's probably you would just have cold symptoms.
Yeah.
You'd be already social distancing because I know that you're being a good girl. And then when you're not sick anymore, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Thank you. I'm being a good girl.
She's a good girl.
I'm not a good girl, but yeah, I mean, last night I was like, this is my last night out and about. Honestly,
I have to go to a bridal shower, and I have to take the Metro North tomorrow.
No. I mean, Keith Malley took a goddamn bus to Atlantic City last week. I'm like, what is more germ filled than a fucking bus?
What is a dirtier trip that you could imagine?
There is no dirtier trip. So, I don't know. Eric says this pandemic should have come before cuffing season. I know, right? I was really getting a lot of dick.
Wait, before cuffing season? I feel like that's worse. Because before cuffing season is the summer before when like everybody's out hanging and banging.
That's true.
I wouldn't want this to be cramping my summer mood, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this has been Andrea's Dick Parade 2020, and it's being...
No, I know. It's like, now it's at a screeching halt.
I know, yeah. At least it's not fucking Ebola. You guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, I mean...
this is worse, though.
No, it's not. If a real Ebola... It's worse in terms of how quickly it's spreading.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if Ebola was spreading this quickly, it would be...
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying this is worse.
This is worse in terms of the spread, but it's, I would way rather a flu that generally it is killing people, but not like as a rule. Ebola is fucking terrifying. It's a flesh-eating disease.
I know, but we weren't quarantined because of Ebola.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just, I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, I would say Ebola as a disease is worse than the flu. I would agree with that.
I'm like, it's not the plague. That's what 2020 is.
Well, oh my God. Okay, so I was on Netflix, and you know how they have the preview feature? It's so, first of all, that preview feature is so fucking annoying. I heard that they're gonna change that. Like, you'll be able to change it in the settings so that you don't see an automatic preview. It's so annoying.
It is annoying.
But so I was scrolling through and I saw this documentary, and it started playing automatically, the trailer, and it was like, the bubonic plague wiped out millions of people. What's gonna be next? And then it was like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I was like, oh, I don't need to see that. I'm not even like a paranoid person, but I'm like, I'm smoking weed and watching Netflix. You're cramping my style.
Yeah, you're like, okay, great. The president of the United States is a literal orange tyrant, number one. Number two, one of our continents was already on fire this year, fully.
Yes.
So, and now the viral pandemic, I'm going to need some chill somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we need who's watching a documentary about the fact that there's going to be a widespread disease? How is this helping?
Yeah. It's like, how about you take a break from your already terrifying life
and consider the horrors that we haven't seen yet? Why?
I know. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
That's my feeling about the state of the world right now. I don't like it.
That's my ultimate mood.
Yeah. It's really a little too much. Jake says I'm not allowed to go in the office and I have to limit my visits to clients now. Jake says much more crazy than other viruses. All of my friends are jumping on flights out of the city because they don't have to work anyways. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are getting like paid vacation, so.
Or more days. Yeah, more days off. They don't have to take like additional sick days, which is good, except like Andy's office gave them 5 sick days, like 5 extra sick days, but they're telling everybody that if they're sick, they should quarantine themselves for 2 weeks. So like you still need to, I don't know. I kind of think just like give people 10 days then.
Yeah.
Like then there are definitely people that will not want to take those days
off.
off.
Don't give people don't potentially make them decide whether they should get paid or maybe fucking
Don't leave it up to people. Like make it easy for them to take time off or work from home.
Eric says Trump literally said national emergency are 2 big words for him. Absolutely. Yeah. If we had a capable, I mean, Justin Trudeau's wife got it. So Justin Trudeau's definitely got it. Tom Hanks has it.
Yeah.
Yeah. America's sweet old man.
I hope he's okay.
I mean, if anyone's going to be okay, someone with that amount of money is probably going to have every possible. Blaine says my office is closed for 2 weeks, but we're, quote, working from home. Yeah. Productivity is going down.
Way down.
Kelsey says my sister lives in Seattle and just had to reschedule their wedding at the end of the month because of this. Yeah, that makes sense. What was your hot mess moment of the week?
I don't
potentially getting coronavirus.
No, like what has happened this week aside from that is the question. We went to that party.
Oh yeah, Kyle's album release party. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. There weren't any hot mess things. I have a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I brought this up. This is technically last week. I don't know if I brought it up though.
But no.
I met Andy's ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Did I talk about this on the show?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we were at a party. Andy dated the same girl for 5 years, 6 years maybe. And it went on to date women afterwards, and she has a new girlfriend. They both show up at this party that's like a mutual friend of theirs from college that she still is friends with and he is still friends with, so they have a lot of like crossover there. But I had never met her just because we hadn't crossed paths yet. She comes in with like her hot little lesbian lover. There are these 2 like petite femme lesbians. She's got like a power bob.
Yeah.
It's so
intimidating.
On the nose, right?
Yeah.
they walk in. I'm facing away from them, and Andy's facing the door. And Andy says he had already warned me that she was probably
gonna be there,
gonna be invited. Andy's like, "Oh, they're here," and I was like, "Who's here?"
The Quan.
The Quan. And I bolt. Like, I just, like, straight up run away. Because I'm like, I'm not saying hello to them when they just got in and just started taking
Hi,
their
I'm Andy's new
coats off.
girlfriend.
Yeah, like, no.
Weird.
I go downstairs. Eventually, like, maybe 20 minutes later, he has come downstairs. He's like, I said hi to them. Whatever. I'll introduce you when they come down. They come down, and he's like, okay, like, now's the time. It's sink or swim time. He takes me over to them. They say maybe 4 collective words to me, and then this, I don't even know how it happened. I ended up running my mouth at them.
Oh, I would have done the same
for
thing.
so long.
What are you guys like? What do you?
They were like,
you're lesbians. You scissor? I mean, not that. I'm sorry.
Do you fork? I don't even. Is forking a thing?
I have gay friends. I'm not a bigot. I'm so sorry.
Do you guys eat each other's box?
Did you ask them if they ate each other's box?
They were like, we just came from Shabbat dinner. And I was like, oh, are you a Jew?
If you are, you should say, I'm half a Jew. Well, it's on my mom's side. So technically,
no, that's exactly
it's on my dad's side.
Wait a second. Were you there?
I mean, I know exactly how this went down. Yeah.
I was like, she's like, the girlfriend's like, I'm half Jewish. I'm like, oh, I'm half too. But it's on my dad's side. So like, nobody takes it seriously because like back in the day, everybody was raw dogging and they didn't have paternity tests.
Oh, you said raw dogging.
I said raw dogging.
And you're finger gunning and just, oh my God.
I might as well have been like wacka wacka, you know.
I feel this hard. I would have done the same thing.
They were just staring at me. So then I start doubling down again.
Like me when a crowd doesn't like me.
I tell 3 stories in a row, all connected by like a single breath. The girlfriend is laughing a little bit through the first story, but then the next 2, they're stone cold silent.
What the fuck? Fuck
staring
them.
at me with their powerful lesbian eyes.
They know how mean that is. You know what I mean?
I would hope so, but like, I don't think they were trying to be mean. I think this is the dynamic. I think the girlfriend is a quiet person.
Yeah.
And maybe hasn't spent a lot of time around the friends.
Yeah.
So this was like one of the first maybe like
social.
Penetration.
Is that what you said? You were like, this is your first
is this
penetration.
Your first penetration of the social crowd.
This is a nightmare.
So you're staring at me, and all of a sudden the girl, the ex-girlfriend, starts tapping the new girlfriend on the shoulder like, I'm still here. Don't mind this crazy woman screaming at us.
Andy is laughing in the other room.
Because he knows it happened exactly. He knows that it went down exactly like that.
Oh.
And afterwards, he was like, don't worry. Like, I know her. Like, she wouldn't judge you for, like, acting like a crazy person.
Oh, so it really was that bad, huh?
It was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. It was just, like, not the way I thought it was going to go down.
And then halfway through, you're like, oh, this is actually happening like this.
I'm drowning. I'm drowning.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you're in. And you can't, like, the thing is, if someone isn't, like, if they're not, like, maybe people who goof around too much, then, like, you acknowledging how ridiculous it's become, they're not gonna, like, respond to it.
No.
So it's like, you can't be like, well, now I'm still talking. Why am I still talking? Like,
and the girl's, like, very reserved already. So, like, she doesn't really.
So how did you know you like box? I mean,
Did you see some boxes and you were like, I wonder what's inside there?
My best friend likes box sometimes, but I don't know. Well,
like, not all the time, but sometimes.
At Burning Man, she's strapped on. Do you guys use strap-ons?
I used to babysit for some Jews that would fuck through a sheet.
Do you think about Andy's dick when she's fucking you with a strap-on? Do you guys use strap-on? I know, I've seen Andy's dick and so have you. Funny.
Get me out of here. Just kidding, not.
I love it. Let's be friends.
No, let's talk more. I like talking to you guys. I feel very expressive.
Here's my phone number. Let's get coffee.
If you need a colorist, I know a good one.
I love your nails and your outfit and your shorts and your dress.
I'm sure she would dye your pubes too if that's your thing. I don't know why it would be. Never mind.
Do you guys do pubes play?
Do you have pubes? You probably don't even have pubes. You're so delicate.
My lesbian friends live on Box Street. That's funny. Anyways, they have cats, but whatever. Do you have cats?
Do you guys have cats?
I love cats. I have a nephew. I work with kids.
I'm gentle. People trust me with their kids. People trust me with people too, usually.
Oh, God.
Sometimes.
Not this time.
Not all the time, though.
That's kind of how I feel when I'm around those music people. When we went to Kyle Thompson's music opening a few days ago, it's like they're all too cool for school, and everyone's like, hey. And I react to that kind of attitude, being like, boo, blah, boo.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I go so in the opposite direction.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're not. Oh my God, I just love this new. I went on the musician who kissed me on the mouth yesterday.
Kissed you on the mouth.
Kissed me on the mouth. I was like, I don't love going to live music. If I do go, I prefer small shows because you can like hang out, go to the bar, like, you know, you're not like in a stadium where you can't get out.
It is better.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I would agree.
I like it, but it's not something I do. I used to do it a lot because I used to bang the fuck out of a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
And here we are again. And
yeah. Andrew's like, I'm gonna stop fucking comedians, just musicians. Arguably worse.
One of them's Chuck works at a law firm.
Yeah, what does he do?
I don't know.
Is he a paralegal?
I don't know. We're too busy grabbing each other's private parts to talk about the logistics of his job. We're too busy transmitting corona back and forth to one another. But I was telling him, I was like, I just find music fans and Brooklyn people like incredibly pretentious and like posery. And he was like, well, you know, like the pretentiousness is just because like it's the best music scene. It's one of the best music scenes in the world. So like there's a high bar for like impressing people. And I'm like,
oh, is there a high bar?
I'm like, I disagree. I disagree because I've gone to shows where the music is objectively bad and people are pretending it's good because like other people around them. Like
because they don't understand it. And everybody else is acting like they understand it. So then they want to act like they understand it to not seem uncool in front of the cool people.
Yeah, like, oh, I love the way that you're like scratching that violin with a can opener. Like it's really fucking
alt.
Like, so is that like a reference to like early 90s pop synth, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And like I was like, yeah, I do agree that obviously there's a higher standard in music here, just like there is in comedy. Like it's a place where people come to pursue the arts. The idea is to be successful here, and to get like to be the top here is very different than being like the top in, you know, a smaller city or scene. Like I definitely will agree with you there, but I'm talking about the audience members. I'm not talking about the musicians. I'm talking about the audience members. Like I just looked around during that show and there were so many like girls with like angled bobs with like big slouchy shirts who were just like, hey.
Yes, the angled bob.
Yeah, and
it's
I'm like,
thing.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's also like no one wants to talk to anyone too. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Everyone just like sits with their crew.
They want to
like,
be in their bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, but like
I'm not out here like trying to, hi, nice to meet you. But it's very like comedy shows are much more social. And I think it's just I just like comedians more than I like musicians. Obviously.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We should wrap it up soon.
Oh my god. Sam turn. Okay, Jake Hall says they are calling it boomer remover virus in the UK.
That's so savage.
I know that this guy that I was on a date with last night was like, yeah, he's like, I'm hoping it takes out some shitty Trump voters. And I'm like,
yeah, unfortunately we can't
selectively
choose who dies from this virus.
He's like, I want boomers to be taken out, but not my boomers. And I'm like, yeah.
Like not your parents?
Yeah.
No shit. Fucking sorry. What an idiot.
Yeah, he was fine. It was not a love connection.
Yeah.
We had fun. He was like, it was a date where I was the star of the show and I was performing a lot.
That's hard.
Yeah. And I was like, you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
And like, you're cute, but like, you think you're funnier than you are. And that's annoying me.
And that's honestly exhausting.
Yeah. And
do you remember at Joe and the Juice yesterday, the cashier, he was like, welcome to Jamba Juice.
Oh, that guy was such a cunt.
That guy he was joking, but the entire time I was like, okay, but I really just want to pay for my sandwich.
I know. He wouldn't take your card. He's like, I can't take that. And you were like, what?
I was like, haha. He had gloves on, first of all. He had gloves on, and he was like, he touches my card. He's holding my card. He's like, oh, I can't touch that. It's contaminated. Hands it back to me, and I was like, did you just scan the card and I missed it? He was like, no. You scanned the card. I'm like, just tell me how this fucking gets done.
I know. He was trying to clown you, and you were like, I don't understand.
I'm not like it's not registering. Like none of his jokes were registering.
And then he was like, it's not a joke. It's gonna like take out elderly people. And I'm like, when did we come in here saying fuck elderly?
Yeah, I don't.
Am I wearing a shirt that says fuck the elderly right now? I don't think I am. Sandwich bar guy.
It was so confusing.
I saw on Twitter too, someone was like, oh, so we all think like the elderly and the differently abled are just dispensable. And I'm like, who's saying that? Who's out here being like fucking sick, killed? You know what I mean? It's like,
and anybody
screaming on Twitter about
anybody who is saying that is saying it again as a very bad joke.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't care who gets wiped out by this virus because they're too old anyway. Like, their opinion doesn't matter.
Right.
Whatever it is. Nobody's listening to those people. Can we all just talk about shit like as a realistic thing that's actually happening and what like steps we actually need to take? Nobody has to be nervous to like touch a credit card. Like, are we really doing this right now?
No, it's like everyone's screaming on the internet about it, and it's like, okay, valid, this is scary, but are we getting in arguments over this?
Yeah. You work at Joe and the Juice. You have to touch credit cards.
Not a political situation. It is a health situation. Why are we fighting over this?
You can make my sandwich, but you can't touch my credit card.
You're the ableist fox that blah, blah. It's like, all right. God.
You literally have your fingernails in my tuna.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining.
Cody Allen says faux outrage is so annoying. Well, it's attention seeking. It's like
Jake Hall said, how'd they die?
Classic. How'd she die?
How did she die?
She was
fucking hit by a bus while she was skateboarding a skateboard that was on fire.
She was getting ass to mouth with coronavirus dick. I was like, I knew last night on stage, I was like, yeah, some guy that I hooked up with last week just texted me that he's staying home from work. I was like, I knew I'm going to die from some sort of slut disease. Like, I knew it was going to be I know I'm going out in some like whore, witch burning slut way.
In a whore fashion.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is, of course. I didn't even meet him on a kink app. I met him organically. It's not even the sluttiest thing I've done.
Yeah, wild. Well, you know, meeting organically is the new, like, slutty vibe. Because you have to be really out there to actually meet someone in real life now. So it's kind of like you're more of a slut.
I mean, I like gave my phone number.
I forced myself on him.
Yeah. I roofied him and sat on his face until he struggled.
And I put a tab of Corona in his Corona.
So that we could be together, bonded.
So that we
trauma
could be
bonded
together.
I'm like, I hope you get sick.
My Corona.
I hope you get sick so we can like quarantine together.
Oh my God. Doesn't Jess Tom have a story like that? Like she was stuck inside for a few days with. They were stuck inside for a few days with somebody, and that's how like their relationship started.
So yeah, I forgot about that.
I think it was like a hurricane thing, like like a natural disaster.
There's gonna be fucking corona babies, you know that. Whenever people are quarantined inside, banging ensues.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna be alone.
Eat, sleep, bang,
diddling myself. Slamdy says, pick one guy, make him your corona guy. Well,
yes. Oh my God. Who wants to be a corona? We could do like a game show where we interview all the guys that you've been seeing and decide which one deserves, like a Bachelor style. Will you accept this tissue?
Would you? I mean,
which one of you deserves to be snuggled up in a sick bed with me for 2 weeks?
Yeah, man, I got a nice apartment. I will. It's a great hang, and I got a great pussy. I will say, the one that I want to be my corona partner is the one who has the scratchy throat. So he's out. He's the one I want.
What? Or is he the best corona partner because he has corona? You guys just get it together.
Oh my God, we're cute. How do you guys meet? We spread corona to our friends and family. I almost killed my immunocompromised friend just because I wanted to get dick.
But it bonded us.
It's so cute.
You know, a near-death experience
Oh
always.
my God, it's so cute.
All right, we need to close the show.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully inside. Hopefully socially distanced.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know if we'll be back next week if we do get quarantined.
We don't know yet, but we will keep you posted.
Follow us on the soch. Wash your hands.
Yeah, follow me at Lubination.
Follow me at Andrea Comedy 69.
Peace out, motherfucker.
We love you. Stay safe. Bye. Also, P.S. I love when you guys put the timestamp where my butt shows on camera.
Oh, me too. I noticed that.